Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 88. I'm Dave, the ADH guy. With me, as always, is Pickin' and Duncan, carry American Arbitrage.
I dunk on any fool who gets in my way. 6-foot rim.
And because we needed someone with old school wrestling flair, we brought in Ric Flair, also known as Rod, Pickin'
look
and
at
Punchin'.
that. Look at those guns. Look at that.
He's even got the old school wrestling tee on. Is that single stitch or
7
triple
inches
stitch?
around biceps.
No,
it's amazing.
It's a reprint, so
It's
I don't got the money like I don't have the money like the uncommonly wealthy picker does. So.
I know that dude. What a monster! He's flying right now.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? His assistant called me before this. It was like, "Hey man," he's like, "We need someone to film for the show." He's like, "Kevin's on a rampage. He's yelling at the stewardess right now because his beer wasn't at 37 degrees, and did like flip the world store in jail. The horny tomato's not available. They tried about 8 or 10 other people, and then
not available. You have to give him notice.
So
That's the thing
I
with
made
Kevin,
it here.
though. Kevin's anxious. Kevin doesn't like flying like me, so there's like a 99% chance he's crying in the bathroom right now, just by himself. You're trying to, hold back the tears because it's stressful. I understand.
Okay, so this is a reselling podcast. And
Is it though?
normally, if you're new here, we have someone named the Commonwealth
yeah.
Picker. Little context. Rod is a
No
stand-in,
context,
he's a replacement for the week. And Rod is already in Arizona at some sort of sellout event for List
We're going
Perfectly.
to a summer
because
camp for sellouts.
literally everyone
Yes.
on this show is a sellout for List Perfectly except for me. And I just want to remind you
Whatever,
of that.
Mr. FlipCon and Reseller Rally or whatever, pickle convention you're going to next month.
Speaking of pickle convention, let's talk about prostates for a minute because
Let's do it.
I had mine checked this week, and that's
Nice.
invasive. That's a
he buy
rather
you-
invasive test.
Did they buy you dinner first, at least?
She didn't. She's like,
No.
we're about to be real close friends, and then she just went on in there, double fingered. It was very
Nice.
upsetting.
No lube,
So-
just right in there?
I
Right
think
in
she
there.
did use some lubrication. I'm not
Okay.
entirely sure. I couldn't see. It didn't hurt as bad as I
question.
thought. That's my review
No.
of the prostate exam. So, Carrie, have you had one yet?
No, not yet.
Nah, I recommend
Not
it.
yet. I'm looking forward to it. I thought it was 40 or 45, but yeah, I probably need to.
Well,
start
yeah, that's
looking
why
into it.
Kevin has had 30 colonoscopies. 'cause
Kevin's
he has
30
one
straight
every
years.
10 years.
Keep
Kevin
showing
had to miss today because he's flying to this reseller convention. What's it called? List party?
Camp list party. Camp listing
That's-
party.
Camp Listing
Really a
List
cheesy
Perfectly
name.
party brought to you by is who's sponsoring the List Perfectly thing though?
This perfectly.
Perfectly is. Wait,
List
so
Perfectly,
are you
okay.
guys literally all gonna sit there and list together, or why are they calling it a listing
camp.
party?
It's a camp, so it's because it's in the
We get a
desert.
merit
That's where the
badge.
camps. Yeah.
Are you in like tents outside?
Hopefully. I mean.
I'm gonna try to. I still need to get all my swimming done for my Eagle Scout. Is it too late to get my Eagle Scout? I didn't do the swimming part for the.
Well, I
merit
brought
badge.
the sticks. I got the rope. Hopefully, we can make some fire later on, and we'll be good to
Let's
go.
do it. I have a vivid
so-
memory of my first. Let's talk about camping. Have you guys ever been on like a scout camp before?
Yes. Yeah.
So I had moved to Utah when I was 10, and I went to a scout camp when I was like 11 or 12. And I vividly remember being in the tent, listening to the tent next to me make fun of me because I was the new guy. And apparently,
Did you deserve it,
I
though?
probably
Did you
smelled.
deserve it?
I don't know. So yeah,
Wow.
that was traumatic.
In 4th grade, how old were you?
No, I was like 11 or 12, so 5th, 6th grade, right?
He was 35. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I
you
was
can definitely
35.
smell. You can definitely smell in 5th grade. That's a real
No,
thing.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember why they were making fun of me. I do remember that they were making fun of me, though.
So
But you
Did I
don't
smell
remember
it?
what the
No.
diss was?
No.
were you
it
the
wasn't-
smelly kid in school
everything-
growing up then?
Well, he's
what?
a smelly adult now, so
Yeah,
I
just
like, can't-
imagine without the level of hygiene I'm doing right now. No, but for real, like, at that age, 11, 12, 13, you're so sensitive. Like, I remember 8th grade, no matter what anybody said to me at all, I would be devastated. I remember somebody told me I had dandruff once, and it ruined, like, 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, did you have dandruff?
Yeah, so what?
Can I tell you
Who
what?
doesn't?
Can I tell you what? This is something that I've noticed lately, and I didn't even realize it, and it made me really like. I'm self-conscious now. I got to check myself before I wreck myself. A lot of people seem to have beard dander, like on their shirts.
That's a thing?
Like, I don't know. Like, it seems like people with long beards, I look at their shirts and they've got kind of what looks like some dander on their shirts. But it's not from their skin, probably. Maybe it's like a
from the
beard
food
bomb
that
flaking
falls
off.
into their beard and then just
yes.
disseminates.
Oh, maybe.
And the
Maybe
flavor
that's what it
saver.
is.
I don't know. I mean, I did have a beard before this, so trended up. You guys are rocking the
Looks
beards,
good.
man. I
It
can't
looks
compete with you
way
guys.
better than mine and Dave's, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you wake up and you go, I'm going to take care of this.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've got like 7 chins under here, so I got to keep it nice and grown out to hide all them extra chins.
It's true. Your face
you know?
without a beard would be disturbing. You'd look like a super old baby, kind of like Kevin.
I have an okay chin. I have a bad upper lip area, you know, so I really need the mustache at least, I would say.
The creepy
Reselling
mustache.
podcast. Reselling podcast, guys.
I was just.
So
I was
I'm
even
going to
thinking
try.
that.
I'm going to try to take the role of Kevin here and focus us on reselling. So let's talk a little bit of reselling. Last week I did none. I was working all week up in North Carolina, and then today was kind of a nightmare. Yesterday was kind of a nightmare because I was supposed to come home, and I get to the airport, and then the pilot, they're literally boarding us, Carrie. They're literally saying, Group 3 can now board, and I'm Group 4. And they're about to say Group 4, and then everyone in Group 1 through 3 comes back out of the jetway. And then the pilot follows them. And he's like, he does this announcement, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, we have no co-pilot because we don't know how to schedule, and we're not going anywhere anytime soon, is what he said. And I've got a layover in Charlotte to get home, and I'm going to, basically my flight for Daytona takes off at 10, and he's like, if we're lucky, we're going to leave here by 10:15. Leave Raleigh by 10:15. I mean, get into Charlotte by after 11, meaning there's no way I'm going to catch my flight. So
They should have checked the bar. They could have found a pilot at the bar, and you guys would have been good to go.
I know. Well, and I suggested that I fly the plane, and they said no. They said I'm not allowed to. But here's what happened, and I made a horrible life choice, but it seemed like I was being brilliant at the time. Earlier that day, my mom, who has been on a month-long road trip, if you've noticed her missing from my content, Carrie, that's why. She's been on a month-long. She's been picking across America. And when I say picking, I mean her nose. She's not actually shopping. She's just picking her nose across America. Oh, wait. It's having a good laugh. Have a little
That was
laugh
funny
at that
because
one.
you threw me off. I thought you were going to talk about picking stuff, but then you changed. You
Yeah, I said
subverted my
nose.
expectations.
Yeah.
That's comedy 101.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes. And we're going to bring it back up in about 30 minutes, and it'll be like a throwback bit of comedy, which
dude,
is all
look at you.
just
You're
part
making a
of-
comedy special out of this.
Come
I
full
love it.
circle, man.
Yeah.
Bill Burr, let's go.
Okay, so anyways, she had sent me a picture earlier that day of my favorite roller coaster, which is, Carrie, do you know?
It's the
Some
one
viewers
in
now.
Charlotte. The
Yep.
what is it? The
Fury
Wild
325.
Yeah.
Fury 325. Ugh, hate Wild Mouse. Okay, but that is a coaster there. Well done. Fury 325 is what she sent me a picture of, and she's like, look where we're staying tonight. We're in Charlotte. And she's camping. And what she does, she's stealth camping, right? She basically takes her camper and parks it in the Cabela's parking lot or the Walmart parking lot. And that's generally how they stay at night, right? They just sleep for free. These places let you do that. If you ever, lose your house or whatever, there's a option for you. And so I'm sitting there and they're like, hey, we can get you to Charlotte, but we can't get you home tonight. And so I had this brilliant idea of, okay, I'm just going to go take an Uber to her camper in the Cabela's parking lot in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that is what I did. And so I showed up to their camper at midnight, and they did let me in, thankfully. But they have no bed, so I slept on an armchair. Well, slept is kind of a funny word, because I probably got about an hour of sleep because it was very uncomfortable. And then I drove home with them today, but I didn't realize that my parents take about 10 hours to do a 5-hour drive. Because, prostates, we're bringing prostates back, actually, because, you got to pee often if your prostate has issues. And I'm not saying my dad has prostate issues and that they're in my future, but they might be. Carrie, you know how it is. You have those too.
Yeah, no, I pee aggressively and often.
Yes. And lots
So-
of blood.
Why didn't you Uber back out then?
This is a mistake I made, right, Rod?
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, I'll Uber to my parents, sleep there, and then I'll just drive home with them, right? Because they're already coming home. But it took like 10 hours to drive home. But I had the flight. The problem was they pushed the flight all the way till 8 p.m. tonight, meaning I'd missed the podcast. So literally it's your guys' fault. Because I wanted to get home in time for the podcast. And I knew I couldn't fly home in time for the podcast. My only chance was to get in the car and drive 10 hours with my parents in an RV, which I didn't really want to do. But that was my only option to get home in time for the podcast. Think Home Alone. I'm trying to get Kevin. And, I'm the mom. And I ride with, who is that, John Candy or John Goodman? Which John was it?
John Candy.
Yeah, I'm with John
John
Candy, and, we're playing the music, and we're driving, and somehow we only arrive an hour before the rest of the family, still. But that hour was very important, right? It was very important that she got to see Kevin an hour ahead of time.
I just
I
picture you
have a
just
lot of
cruising
questions
down
about Home Alone in general. How could you do that twice? How little did they care about Kevin?
They were
like
bad
on a scale
parents.
of 1 to 10.
Bad parents.
Just terrible parents. Like that. The end of Home Alone 2 should have been the child services taking Kevin.
Yeah, child. You're not going to leave him alone anymore since he's ours now. What were you going to say, Rod?
No, were you guys cruising the polka music the entire time down the road?
The polka, yeah. Well, my dad was playing the polka music, yeah. And
Yeah.
so here was the biggest concern was my bag. So Uncle Steve had found a way to back up all my YouTube videos, all 480 YouTube videos that I've made, and he put them on a hard drive for me, which was very nice of him. That hard drive is in the suitcase. And I really like that idea because it's kind of hard to save all. Do you have all your old videos, Carrie? Are they like lost on the internet? You don't have access to any of them unless you find a way to
America. Yeah, no, I could download them off YouTube, right?
Yeah,
but it's a
you
pain,
download
right?
YouTube.
And they're only 720p when you download them off YouTube, so they're not full resolution.
Seriously, that nobody needs any more P when they're watching my videos. 720 is plenty.
Yeah, that's enough P's.
Maximum.
Yeah, so anyways, that's in my suitcase. So I'm just really concerned on whether or not I'm ever going to get my suitcase back because I didn't get on the second leg of the flight. Like, I just didn't show. I just got in the freaking car and drove down here so I could get here in time for the podcast. But, okay, so all that to say, Rod, you're right. What I should have done is I should have gone to a hotel, stayed in the hotel, gone to Carowinds, ridden Fury 325 300 times, and then gotten on the flight tonight and told you guys, sorry, no podcast this week. That would have been the much more fun option, but I didn't go that route.
That's what I would have done.
I thought I was so
crazy?
confused about this week because I thought for some reason you weren't able to do the podcast and Kevin and me were going to do it with Rod, and then I thought I was going to have to helm the thing Dave style. So I was all ready to be serious and talk about reselling, and then you're here so I can screw around again. I was like, I got to beat Dave. That's going to be tough.
Do you know what was the real, like, what do they call it? It's not nail in the coffin, but like icing on the cake. I'm driving back with my parents, and it's just, first of all, their AC doesn't work.
Gas.
So I'm just sweating the whole way.
worse.
It was so friggin' hot. And, you know, I love my parents, but come on, fix your AC. But anyways, no AC, driving back. It's awesome that they were able to save me and rescue me and get me home in time for the podcast. But I saw my favorite theme park YouTuber was literally at Carowinds today. He lives in London. And he was in my theme park, and I could have been there and met him, and I'm very, very sad about it.
I'm telling you, Dave, and I think we're going to discuss this in the viewer questions later, but I think your calling is going to be YouTube, roller coaster YouTube. I think that's really
Dude,
where
I'm
you're gonna
doing
make
it.
your money.
It's I've already actually I should probably go grab the channel. I'm gonna do it tonight before I publish this, but I'm telling you, it's ADH Dave Rides. That's the channel.
Rides.
Make sure you get it before someone steals. Like
I'm
you
gonna
did
get
last
it
time.
now. Yeah, I'm gonna go do it after the
Get
show.
that right now. But that'd be awesome.
Well, now,
Dude, listen, you can travel across the country. You can pick your way to each theme park and then do the theme parks.
this is exactly the plan. And listen, Saturday is a great day to go to yard sales, but not a good day to go to theme parks. So you do yard sales on the Saturday, and then the Sunday you could even yard sale, and then Monday you go to the theme park when it's not crowded. And so this is, the dream. Dave's dream is theme parking
could you
across
imagine
to Pick America.
that lifestyle, though, Dave? You're just
it'd be so
picking
fun.
and going to theme parks. You're a grown man with responsibilities and with the modern world where you can make money on content and you're good at it. You could actually make a living doing that. That's amazing.
I think you'd be
That's
great at it
amazing.
too, man. You'd be great because you're passionate about it. You love it.
Yeah, Rod,
I love
you don't
it
need
so
to
much.
suck up to Dave.
Yeah.
Dave
No,
can't
you
offer
do actually. I
anything.
paid him. That's
Yeah.
true. I've given him everything I could. He's like basically the star of my
Dave offers
channel for the
nothing.
past week and a half.
Dave's
Very
usually,
true,
like,
very
if you have
true.
Dave in a video, the views are going to plummet.
No, so actually something different happened. My views have plummeted and Rod's have skyrocketed. They're like, this guy's better. I'm going to go over there
Rod
to watch
is
the
good.
content.
I'm a big fan of Rod. That's probably my favorite part of this trip is I get to meet Rod, which I know I'm going to get along with. I hope. If I don't, then, whatever. We'll fight it out and I'll win.
Dude, I
you
actually
could
got a
punch
little
him.
present for you too. You can punch me. It probably won't go well for you, but it's I do get a little present for you. I brought a box of cards for us to bust open some wax this weekend.
Yes!
So
That's what I'm talking about, Dave. Next time we hang out, we're
never
going to
do
open
that for
cards
you.
too. Wait, we did.
Listen,
we did open cards together.
Nothing. Oh,
did.
what'd you guys open up?
Prison.
Carrie made
Dave
me
didn't
spend
like
a bunch
it.
of money.
Well, I
Dave's
made you
I
spend a
should
bunch
buy
of money
pack.
too. Yeah.
Rod, I will say you're poison to my channel. That one with you in the thumbnail. Whew. You see how bad it's performing?
Yes.
It's like my worst
to
video
self.
in like 2 months.
Don't put me in your thumbnail. There we go. So
I should change that thumbnail and just use the one you used. That one did okay,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I think the whole point of this trip, and I'm going to give this stuff to you guys, both of you as well. The whole trip, I'm going to try to take the most unflattering pictures of Kevin when he's not expecting it, and I'm just going to give them to you guys and me, and we can use it in thumbnails as needed.
Let's get him drunk on Blue Moon all weekend. Won't be. I mean,
No, that
super
dude,
easy. We'll just keep handing him beers.
7 a.m.
and
to
then we'll
7 p.m. just kicking them back, dude.
Yeah,
You don't really need to do much work to
get.
get Kevin drunk all weekend. I mean, just put it in front of him with a little orange or something, right?
So listen, when I went to Virginia for the 100-mile highway sale with him, that's all he did. It was we picked and he drank Blue Moons. So
Really?
we had a good time though. We had a good time though. We had a good time.
Yeah.
He's literally a cartoon character, that guy. He's just exactly what you think he is.
So it's funny that you brought that up. I found out the reason why he has 2 sheds when I was up there.
Okay,
The real
what is
reason
it?
why he has 2 sheds. So do you know Scrooge McDuck? He has that little
Yeah.
where he swims down all his money. That's where Kevin hides all his millions. He has each one of those sheds. Underneath there is a big vault, and he goes down in the basement and he swims around his money.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's true.
Does he do it
He
naked,
actually,
though? This is the
all
question.
of his money he puts into like graded wheat pennies and SVDPs and stuff. So he's just got stacks of obscure coins from American history that he could cash out as needed.
He told me
You
he's
know
gonna
who
start green
else is ultra wealthy?
You should.
All of our Patreons at the Wealthy as a Kevin tier also have lots of cash, and we want to thank them for supporting us on Patreon.
rich.
Carrie, oh, actually, no, Rod, you're new here. Go ahead and try to guess some names. Let's see if we can spit out 4 of them.
Biscuit Butt,
Yep.
Raise Hell Resell,
Yep.
Yes. You're good.
the Horny Tomato,
Yeah.
Horny tomato.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no tomatoes in there.
China's 3, and
One more.
I'm trying to think
Can
of
you
one
do it?
more. Jeez.
I'm trying to think Tony's. What's Tony's? The Tony's one, right?
Tony.
Sales by Tony.
Sales
by
Sales
Tony.
by
I forgot.
Tony. That's
There
right.
you go.
Okay. Also, Jay Thrifty, Happy Hound Trading, Matt's Profit Pursuit, The Disgruntled Octopus. How can you forget that one? Chick
know, it's my
Favors, Superhero Headquarters, Vintage Sports Flips, ABC Matt, Des Hardy, Brian Big and Fun, New Jersey Picker, and Logan Murky, Parker County Picker. Pretty sure that's the name. Thank you guys for your support. We really
I want to
appreciate it.
especially thank my favorite Patreon member of those, Brian Big
Oh,
and
you
Fun.
have a favorite of them. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Brian Big and Fun. Anytime you can go at it with Dave on Discord, I'm all for it. I'm all for
We
it.
didn't
Brian Big
fight.
and
We
Fun.
didn't even fight. He did get angry.
had a
at me,
little
but That's
tiff.
not a fight.
You had a
Yeah,
tiff.
I guess it's a tiff. He got angry. I didn't. He might not have even gotten angry. I think he was just frustrated at something else. Probably, definitely not my fault. Anyways,
Probably
moving
definitely your
past that.
fault.
We
It's
did get
always
some
Dave's
questions over on the Patreon. We got some reselling stuff to talk about. I sold 2 things on Mercari this week, and only one of them I got screwed on. So that's pretty good. 50-50 there. Poshmark's a waste of time. Let's see. What else?
things on
Reselling.
Poshmark and had to cancel both of them because I no longer.
Why'd you have to
them.
cancel
That's
them?
how often I
Wait,
sell on Poshmark.
Oh.
I got some insanely lowball offers on Poshmark. Is that all that happens on there?
Always.
You just get, it's like almost not even worth being on there, to be honest with you.
All the time, man. That's all I get is lowball offers on there.
Have you ever had a good sale on Poshmark?
I
No.
have.
I've
I've
had a couple
$50,
like
$60 sales. I'll go look right now
Yeah.
and tell you. How about that?
I had a
okay.
$40, $50 sale before, but not much.
Did anyone watch, what's his name? That guy's name who does them their Instagram
The guy who does that
streams.
thing.
No, the guy who does the bins pics. I don't
the
know his
Instagram
name.
guy. The,
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
that
bu-
guy.
Chris. Did you watch
yeah,
his
the bubble
story
guy.
about getting arrested?
Yep.
What did he say? No, you know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. We'll talk about it later.
Look at
First,
this.
I want to
Let's
read
get
this
back to reselling
question.
real quick. I sold
okay,
these for
Poshmark sale.
$200
Let's see.
on Poshmark.
Oh, nice.
What are
Weightlifting
they?
shoes. Weightlifting
And how much
shoes.
you said? 200?
$100 USD. They're called Rameleos too.
Oh,
And I
the-
sold a
the weightlifting
Cartier bear that I got at the bins. I actually got all that at the bins.
Okay.
Big deal on Poshmark.
So, do you sell on Mercari too? Do you cross list on everything now?
I haven't cross-listed a lot lately, but yeah, no, I do cards. I try to do cards on Mercari when I cross-list, and then clothing will be
Okay.
Poshmark. I tried Grailed and Depop. I just didn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do Posh and I do Macari myself.
And then
And where do you
Bananas,
sell
of
the
course,
most,
is where I
Posh
make
or
most
Mercari?
money.
Do you sell more on Mercari or Poshmark?
Macari. Because I do more like
Okay.
collectibles and things.
If I'm listing consistently, I probably do more on Poshmark than Mercari. Well, it's
That's 'cause you-
50.
But it's because you pick all the clothes, though, too.
So
Yeah,
when
with
you guys
Poshmark,
try
I'm
to
doing
do
only
like
clothes.
when
Yeah.
you try to do cross listing on Poshmark, does it always make you do like a size, even when it's not like a sized item? Like you're selling like an action figure and you have to pick a size, like small, medium, large. Is that
I
just
don't think
me?
you have to on an action figure.
Probably just you.
Okay, I must be doing
it's
something
probably-
wrong. Okay.
It's always Dave. So
Yeah, no,
a
that's
Dave
totally fine, totally fair. I just didn't know. So you guys comment below if you're having that issue too. Maybe it's the cross-listing app I'm using. I'm not sure. It could be a Dave thing. So never mind. I didn't know if that was a standard thing. So okay, on eBay though, did we sell anything this week, guys?
Heck yeah,
I have
dude.
some big sales on eBay this week.
too.
It's actually, ironically, two of my three biggest sales this week were actually with you, Dave. So
With
when we
me,
went to
like you sold them to me?
no, not to you, but I sold
that
them.
sucks.
There's stuff I picked with you. So when I got a Game Boy game. We picked up at the flea market for $75. I sold that for $190, and then that
$190.
statue. Yeah.
Wait. What's sold for? I have ADHD. You sold what for $190?
Game Boy game.
Okay, which one?
Yeah. The Great Greed, I think it's called.
Oh, never heard of it.
So,
What'd you pay for it?
so I paid $75. I flipped it for $190.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. And then when I went down to pick when me and your mom went picking that time, I bought that. Remember those statues that we were looking at?
You and my mom went picking without me? Did
No,
this
with
happen?
you. No, I said me, you, and your mom. So, it would be weird if I went picking with your mom, but
I mean, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, your mom's a good time. I actually probably have more fun with your mom than to do picking with you. So
That's fair. I don't.
She's
she
awesome.
is
She's
more
like
fun.
everything I would hope
Nah.
Dave would be, but Dave isn't.
I will be
Yeah.
when I get older. I think I'm gonna shrink and I'm gonna like lose a bunch of weight when I get older. You know, but I
You're gonna keep
am.
the big-
Probably not. So what was the second one? The Game Boy game and what else?
yeah, I sold a statue, that one of those Danbury Mint statues. Of the remember when we
Oh,
went that
like
one
the
yard sale?
dragons?
Yeah, the dragons. So
Okay.
I paid $80 for that. I got $250 for that.
Nice.
So that was nice. And then I just sold Horizon Forbidden, the game for PS5 with the statue
Yeah.
for $250. So
You didn't get that one with me though.
No, I didn't get that with you. That was a private pick
Okay.
I went through. I made a big purchase for everything, and I probably had like $50 into it.
Who gave you permission to pick without me?
Carrie did.
Said it was. I said
We're
it was
so
okay and
reselling
probably
focused,
best.
guys. We're reselling
Probably
focused today,
best.
Carrie. What'd you sell?
Yeah, no,
Camp
I
was
got
perfectly.
like yesterday alone. For all you haters out there, I had like almost 50 sales yesterday alone. So it's all cards, but still, it counts. And it was like a couple $100 easily. And I did have my
What
best
was your
card
What was
sale,
your
'cause most of my-
investment though? Like, do you actually like break it down? And
Oh,
say,
in
okay,
that?
on all this.
In my investment
Yeah.
in those cards, probably $5 maybe. Or no, in all the
$5.
250 cards that I sold, probably $30 maybe, if at most.
Okay.
It's not much. That's why I
Okay.
like cards. Like I sold this. I got this one the other day. This is like an $80 card I sold, a Jacob deGrom red hot foil rookie card. I got that in a collection I got at a yard sale 3 weeks ago for $10,
Nice.
and that was one of the cards in there. So
So
if you know your
Carrie, what's
cards
the-
and you can decipher through, you can make some good money on them.
What's the weirdest card you've ever sold? Because I mean, I know you get big collections. You come across a lot of stuff. Is there something
Dude, I
off
love
the wall?
people
Like,
don't realize how much I like legitimately love cards, and I like selling like weird looking cards. And one card I
Yeah.
sold that wasn't for a lot of money, it was $1.50 free shipping, was a guy, his name was Marcus Nash. You guys can go look this up on eBay. Marcus Nash rookie card, Denver Broncos. The photo is him in a ball pit, like a children's ball pit, in his full Denver Broncos gear. And I'm like, he didn't play well in the NFL. I don't know where he played in college. And I'm like, this will sell just because the picture is ridiculous. And it sold in like less than a month. Not for
Dude,
a lot of
one of
money,
my-
but I love
How
selling
much
that
it
kind
sell
of stuff
for?
because it I don't know. I don't think there was any recent sales on it. I just thought it was cool. I used my gut. And look at me. I have 40 cents profit that you guys don't have. So
No, that's,
that's
a good point.
that's
I've sold
that's
almost
like
nothing.
a fourth of the way to a burrito at Taco Bell. A fourth. I could have ordered a fourth of burrito. They might make it for me. I'm a big deal here.
Carrie, my favorite card pickup I've done recently, is actually a Wendy Peppercorn Sandlot card. Remember the Tops came out with
Dude,
those?
see, that's sick.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Today, here, Dave, you're going to love this sports card talk. Today, for $2, Rod, you'll appreciate this. For $2, I picked up a 1968 in pretty decent condition Willie Mays Topps card.
Oh, that's
a $50,
awesome.
$60 card. And I'll
Yeah.
sell it in 2 days. So,
And which sports ball does he play?
baseball. I
Heard
told
of it,
Dawn
yeah.
about this, and she's like, "Oh, like Willie Mays Hayes?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Before the fictional Wesley Snipes baseball player, there was an actual Willie Mays.
He was actually
Willie
pretty cool
Mays?
though.
Wasn't
Dude,
he
I love
like
Willie
the
Mays Hayes. I love,
infomercial
like,
guy?
Huh?
That's Billy Mays.
Oh, Billy Mays.
Submersible with this tape, or whatever the hell he was doing back then.
Your defense, Willie Mays Hayes could have done those infomercials just as good. So
That's true.
Okay.
Willie Mays Hayes was.
So, I'm really blown away by this mirror behind Rod. I know some of you listen to the show, but he has the most bizarre black hole looking mirror behind him. Like you could slip into the multiverse, get through that hole back there. I don't know what's going on.
got
Somebody
here,
got a
man.
discount. Somebody got a discount on Alibaba or like hotels. Supplies.com.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is, Dave.
Is everyone in the same hotel for this Camp List Perfectly?
Yeah, we're all the convention, the rooms, everything's all under one roof.
And today's Sunday. How long does it go?
So tomorrow is the VIP people come in, and then the convention is actually Tuesday, Wednesday.
What's the VIP? What do we get to do? Do we get like finger
You
foods
weren't
and
invited to
stuff?
that part, Carrie.
Dude, I'm part of the VIP, dude.
We're going to dinner.
These people have me speaking at this. Why?
That's insane.
Why?
So word on the street is
just
they don't
kidding.
have anyone who
I love
actually
them. They're
knows how to
wonderful people.
resell.
This is true.
Word on the
I know
street
how to
is they don't have
resell.
anyone
I'm
who
playing
actually
it
knows
up
how to
for
resell.
the camera.
Yeah. Well, like, but do you know how to resell shoes? This is the question.
I don't like I just showed you a $200 pair of shoes I got at the bins that I sold on Poshmark. I can sell anything. I just choose to sell $1.50 cards because it brings me joy.
But we're all fake resellers, so it's okay. I mean, we're
That
just
is
sitting
true.
here.
No,
just,
I'm
We
not,
are.
because I'm not going to the Camp List
You're not
Perfectly thing.
reselling at
true.
all.
Only
You're
fake
just
reselling.
fake.
yeah.
Dude, I have sold like nothing. I have sold like 5 things in 2 weeks. It's insanely bad because I had my store in vacation mode because I was in Raleigh doing work stuff, and I've sold not like. I finally started getting sales today, I think, because my store is back on and it says I'll be shipping like in the next day or two. So I think I'm finally starting to see a breakthrough. Tina even listed. That's how bad it is. Like when Tina lists, it means it's real bad. It's real bleak on the eBay store.
Can we talk about 1 Foot Flipper taking your death pile thing? He has death pile monsters he's selling now. They're like
Is he
little
really?
figures. Yeah.
What's up, Anna?
So he has. I think he's infringed your trademark. You have that trademark.
I didn't know he
correct?
was doing that. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Dave's consulting his lawyer real quick. From his perfectly camping party.
He's
whatever.
back. His lawyer said that he doesn't have a case, so he's. Oh no! He's like, no, I'm going to fight this.
Yeah.
We should.
Okay, so here's Anna. Sorry, guys. Say hi.
Hello,
Yell
everybody.
hi.
What's up?
Hi, everybody.
They all said hi to you guys. They're like hunting my inventory for Squishmallows, but I think I gave them all my Squishmallows. Look on top shelves, look in boxes. I might have some over there. They're getting into like this Squishmallow trading thing, where they just trade with each other and do
It's like
in-home
Squishmallows,
arbitrage.
Is it like the new Pogs where everybody's like gambling with
Yes,
them?
exactly. It's like Pogs. It was
What,
fun.
what would the slammer be for the Squishmallows? Like just, I mean, kitchen plate
Blow
just
molds.
smashing
Blow
down.
molds.
Blow molds.
No, it's blow molds.
molds?
Yeah, you hit them with blow molds and make them.
Yeah,
pop
if
up
you
over.
hurl a blow mold hard enough at a Squishmallow, you could flip it, I think.
So Dave, let's go back to what you were just talking about. You said that you have no sales. Have you ever listed all that stuff that you took down off eBay back in your store?
No, I haven't. I have something like 250
Why bother?
listings. What's
Yeah.
crazy though, like I had 1,600 listings for like a year and a half, and my average 90-day total was hovering around 15 grand that whole time. I now have 250 listings pretty consistently, and my 90-day total is closer to 20 grand. So
Dang.
it's quantity over quality, I would say.
So why
Quantity
don't you
over quality?
You need to open up like a death pile museum now, since you just have all this stuff just thrown off to the side. Charge.
know.
You love your theme parks. There you go. You start your own theme park, death pile museum.
Maybe I need to buy one of these death pile monsters or whatever Carrie was talking about. Is it a one-eyed monster?
Be careful on that one.
How did you know?
Slow reaction time tonight, Carrie. I
I
don't know.
know. When in doubt, Dave's going to make it weird and sexual. I already know that.
What, they found a Squishmallow, maybe? I hear them being...
Dave's getting robbed in the background right now.
Yeah, there's so
Dave
much
is-
going on in my garage. They're distracting me. Children, you're distracting me.
His mascot's getting robbed on YouTube. His children are robbing his supplies. Like
They really are. They're digging through all my stuff. Anyway, so I did a blog type style video that I was editing today in the car, and hopefully it's good. Basically, have had no flipper videos in a week and now this is going to be not really flipping content at all. They found multiple Squishmallows. Just take them inside. I don't care. Just take them both. I don't care. Have them. Just please leave the garage. Top priority.
Is there like an online trading site for these Squishmallows, or are they just trading like with their friends?
No, they just trade with each
Black
other,
market.
and I'm gonna have to go unlist. I'm gonna have to unlist all the stuff they just stole from me. But whatever. Squishmallows. Okay, so here's my like tip of the day. Squishmallows don't sell fast on eBay. They take forever to sell. Have you tried selling them?
Yep.
Are they like the
don't
new
sell fast.
fidget spinners, Squishmallows?
No, like kids still love them, but I just don't think kids are shopping on eBay for them. That's the problem. Like, they're going to the store, they're going to Five Below, they're going to get them in the McDonald's Happy Meals, but they're not really. Kids don't understand eBay shopping. That's not where they go to buy stuff, and they're the main customer. So I think that's the issue, and it's like they have value, so they sell, and you'll see a good comp, but then when you actually list them, it takes an eternity to actually sell them. So I don't know. I don't even list them anymore.
They're like Beanie Babies on steroids. All right?
Yeah, kind of. Do you think that? But I don't think that the collectors have gone as crazy as the Beanie Baby collectors, right? Like they.
So I was at a
they took
yard
one
sale.
They took one that comps out at $35. By the way, that's what just got stolen.
This is
from
kind of
me.
giving away my
Nicely
video,
done.
but in all fairness, nobody's going to watch that video. So
Yeah,
we were at a
not
yard
good.
sale, and this lady had a little box of Beanie Babies. It was a Dave special, is what we call a box of Beanie Babies, where I come from. And it said $7 each. And Don was like, come film this. This is ridiculous. And then the lady was like, later, because we were talking about the Beanie Babies, in hushed voices, so she didn't know it was like derisive. It wasn't a positive discussion we were having about her price.
So you're talking behind
she
a
said-
seller's back. Go on.
Yes, but like on camera, so that the viewers could hear.
So that even though you are being hurtful, you're at least doing it to an audience.
Exactly. I'm profiting off the
Okay.
hurt. Okay.
Oh my! You're a monster.
We're gonna be. I'm a monster. But you're missing the point. It's not my terrible actions. It's the fact that she said afterwards, "We will make a deal. We will deal. We'll deal a little bit with these Beanie Babies, but I'm not selling them for $1 a piece." She was very specific about that. Like,
Did you ask her if she'd
somehow
sell them
if
for
they were at
$1.50?
$1, I magically would want them. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Well,
as
there
someone
is a
who's
general-
successfully resold Beanie Babies, there was
I
some
know,
show on Netflix you were telling me about with someone that's pretty popular in our space saying Beanie
Golden.
Babies were worth
Golden,
selling.
the human
Golden.
touch,
Tell
or
me-
whatever the heck that Netflix
Tell me
documentary
what you
is.
told me about that.
About the Beanie
That
Babies?
show.
Like, I think
The show on Netflix.
yeah,
I'll
the
tell you
show
what I
is a
told
sports
Carrie.
car dealer guy. Yeah, his name's Golden, Ken Golden, and he's been in the business for like the last 30 years, give or take. And he's had a auction. You know about this? You know who Ken Golden is, Rod?
Yeah,
Back
yeah,
in the
okay.
day, if you guys don't know who Ken Golden is, back in the day he was doing scoreboard stuff, which had a lot to do with the infomercial guy. Remember Don Westrod, who used to be on
Yeah.
at like 1 a.m. trying to sell you like Mark McGuire rookie
With
cards?
shilling. He was like the modern
Yeah,
day
he
Kevin.
was working with that guy, so he's been in the business for a long time, and it's I think they put the Beanie Babies on the show because everybody in the world knows what a Beanie Baby is, like everybody in the world. And like still to this day, no matter how much we yell from the rooftops, 95% of them think they're valuable because they don't know.
In the
funny
show,
thing-
did they accurately represent their lack of value? I didn't watch
I
it.
didn't watch the whole
So-
episode, to be fair.
The funny thing is, they actually call in an expert. And I actually text Carrie as like, I could have swore I thought Dave was going to show up on the show as the expert in the Beanie Babies.
I wish.
But they brought
Can you
in
imagine that high. They'd have to audio pitch his voice down because it's so high and
Yeah.
squeaky and uncomfortable to
That's
listen
true.
to.
Yeah, that's valid. Who did they bring in?
Dr. Laura. Was that what it was?
Dr.
Oh yeah,
Lori.
Dr. Lori.
Lori,
They
Dr.
brought in
Lori, that's
Dr.
who they brought
Lori,
in.
dude.
Dude, and she priced like the.
Forgot about that. That's about
the
as far as
Princess
I
Di-
got.
Yeah, the Princess Diana one, she priced at like between $1,500 and $2,500, and I was like, oh, no,
gosh.
don't.
Stop
Yeah.
it. They've got to stop
they
with
said-
this nonsense.
But here's the funny thing. They said that they had like $8,000 worth of Beanie Babies. I went online to the Golden Auction website, and they actually sold a lot of the Princess Diana ones. It was like $140 for like 8 of them or something like that. They sold for like $30 a piece or
So
whatever.
that's just like literally spreading misinformation. That's so weird.
To get on TV.
Why are they
yeah.
doing that? That's
don't know.
bizarre. And
Here's
why
the
does
weird
Dr.
thing.
Lori
I
think
sometimes
they're
feel
worth
like television
$1,500?
just tells us what we want to hear, so we buy stuff from the
And
commercials.
funny-
Sometimes
the
I'm
funny
watching
thing
it, and
is-
I'm like, are they just trying to sell me stuff? But then I'm like, no, they would
Yeah.
never. They would never.
And
That is so bizarre.
Here's the crazy thing. She said that depending what time of year it is, it fluctuates based on the anniversary of Princess Diana's death. So when that comes around, they go for higher money between like two grand or more. I was like,
As a test, I listed a Princess Diana baby, and I put in all the keywords, rare pellets and, error on the tag and all this stuff. And I had it listed for a year and a half. I had it listed for $100. No one ever bought it. So there's, I don't know in what world anyone thinks those things are.
Here's the thing: if something's worth $1,500 on eBay and you have it for $100, for example, you put up a PSA 10 Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome Refractor rookie. You put it at 10% of the comp, the recent sold, Rod. How quick would that sell if you posted that on eBay? Within a minute?
Yeah.
Instantaneously. And it would go to somebody who would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. They'd make a TikTok and brag about it like some people do on TikTok. I wouldn't personally do that. And then they would go and resell it.
Yeah. And make another TikTok about reselling it.
Rod,
Yes,
did you sell the Pokemon card
They would
you
double
won?
up on it if they were smart.
I have it listed for $259.99. I got a bunch of watchers on it, but it still hasn't sold. I sent out some offers. Yeah.
$259. Paul might buy it for you for that price. You should mess with him.
We offered him $250. You were trying to be my agent that day. You offered him for $250.
Dude, I'm gonna go buy it from you and sell it for $350. Although one of the comments on my video said that card's only worth about $300. So.
Yeah, it's actually less than that because a lot of comps right now are around the $250 mark. So between $230 and $250. So whatever. I mean, I paid $75. I still got that card, so I'm still happy. But they did tell us it was $350. So.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's like gambling.
Yeah, Charizard recently do a live on Instagram, and he was getting into trouble or something. Didn't that devalue the cards a little bit?
Charizard?
It's
the character?
It was Pikachu. Oh, it was Pikachu.
He got a Pikachu, not a Charizard. Yeah.
Pikachu. It was Pikachu that got into trouble on Instagram Live.
Yeah, because he was doing his little lightning butt thing.
People.
The lightning butt thing all day long.
So, Carrie, I noticed you got a new negative feedback on eBay.
Oh, did I? Why would you mention that? Why are you checking my feedbacks? You're competitive with me, dude, and you won't admit
Because
it.
I'm always looking at Plumber Girl 3. That's the name, right?
Well, that's Dawn.
Actually, I can't even find it. Did she change her name to Vegas Girl 3?
No.
Are you sure?
Do I really have a new feedback that's negative?
You literally just peed in his Cheerios. Like, you just ruined his day.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, I do have one. You're right. Dang it.
What's it say, Carrie?
Read it if you want.
Read it.
Yeah.
Read it.
See, this is great advertisement. All the corners were dinged up. Card was stuffed in the wrong top loader, and halfway out of it, top loader was also cracked. Here's the thing. More than likely, it got damaged in the shipping. Dude, first off, do you know how many cards I ship a week? How many cards I ship a week?
I just need to
So
clear
if
the
one
air
is
really
damaged
quick,
in
Carrie.
the last 6 months. Give me a break. I didn't know that happened.
Let me clear the air for a minute. I had no clue you had a negative feedback. I just have so little faith in you that I assumed you did.
Dude,
and I was
have
right.
4 of them. First off, guys, when you actually sell stuff on eBay, Dave, because you know this, because when you do sell stuff, you get returns and all this other crap.
Yeah, that's true. That's
when
valid.
you actually sell a lot of stuff on eBay, you're going to get negatives, and it doesn't really matter that much, unless you get like 1,000 of them. I'm at 99.6. Everybody is so excited to be buying from me. Let's do some of the positives, shall we? Listen to this.
No.
ATT seller. I don't know what that means. Thank you so
I think
much.
it's A++.
Oh, yeah. Super seller to deal with. Great card. Quick delivery.
AT&T
Recommend
seller.
to all. Much mahalos. Much mahalos. See? Look at it all. I'm going to continue. Listen to this. Great packaging and quick shipping. Great seller. Would buy from again. Well, thank you, Herbzilla. Herbzilla. Can I say their names? Do we have to bleep that out?
No, you're good. You're
oh my gosh. Handsome and brought and gave me a good deal on this. I will do business with them again. How do they even know I'm handsome? They're just assuming because of my quality workmanship.
Quality ship. Well, it could be the picture you include in every eBay order of yourself.
I know, I do. I don't have any of my socials. Nothing. Just a sticker with my face. No explanation.
It's like the Homer Simpson wearing his white underwear. You're just sitting there, just
exactly.
If they want to know bad enough, they'll figure it out.
Okay, so Rod, what is the best tip? This is a question from the Patreon, Finding Keepers Resale. What is the best tip for a new whatnot seller, in your opinion?
treat Whatnot like a social media account. So what you like on Facebook, what you like on Instagram, what you like seeing on there, do that on Whatnot. Also, too, make sure you schedule your listing well in advance and list all your items on there. And then when your auctions do start, let people know what they want to run, because you're probably gonna have a small audience.
And if you can show Carrie's face, he's handsome, so that might help you with the sales, and that's why he sells so much.
It's gonna help.
On
It's gonna help. Maybe you could do a green screen of me in the background. I can give you a variety of different poses.
Someone please do this and let me know when the auction's happening. I want to see the green screen of Carrie behind you.
I will supply the green screens if people ask.
I will spend at least $20 if I find this auction when this is happening. Now I can't guarantee I'll find it, but you just keep doing it till I find it.
The other option is you just put Commonwealth Picker in your title and you'll be golden.
Yeah, there you go. Selling Commonwealth Pickers underwear, and then just auction off all your old underwear and see if someone goes for it.
Here's the thing, though, that people don't know is he doesn't wear underwear. He is commando 8 days a week.
And dude, you know what's
Twice on
unsettling is the linen white pants he wears all the time.
Exactly.
It's just a bad combination.
It's
and he's
just
constantly spilling his water.
Like a pendulum, always swinging back and forth. It's very, very, very off-putting.
It's like a wet t-shirt contest, but it's just wet pants Kevin Day. I don't know.
He's like,
What just happened?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
speaking of that.
That's so Kevin, though. Kevin.
This is not... Let me just clearly say that this next thing I'm saying is not related to the previous thing I said. Crazy Lamp Lady mentioned me on her Whatnot auction today. That was kind of cool.
Oh,
That was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that. So
what'd she say?
That's it. That guy sucks and I hate him. But you know what? It doesn't matter. There's no bad press, Rod.
Nope.
I'll take anything I can get. Carrie, you're a Whatnot man. Do you have a tip for the new seller, or did Rod nail it?
Rod was pretty much spot on. Like, my thing, one of the most important things about Whatnot, a lot of my things I was thinking as he was talking might be a little bit more advanced. Like, I like to do quick auctions. I like to keep it paced well. That's not going to matter as much when you're new, because it's more important that you're putting up stuff that people are interested in. So it might be better when you're new, like Rod was saying, to ask, like, have everything listed with good pictures, like eBay, basically.
Hey, that's an interesting point.
And then ask them to go through the list. What do you want? And then start stuff that people are already interested in. I think it's a good idea.
If you were to go marathon our episodes, and especially in the first, 10 or so, listen to me and Carrie talk about Whatnot, our advice back then was, sell everything for $1 at auction and sell anything you got, whatever it is, right?
It would sell it to us for $1 so we could profit.
Yeah. But now, I've really changed it, and Brandon was asking me about this the other day, and I said, first of all, you want to find good items. Items that are worth, a lot of money, decent items, but then not auction them off for super cheap. Literally just, that guy we met at the flea market, Rod, who's selling super high-end video games. And he built an audience by bringing straight heat to every auction. Yeah. And in the beginning, I'm sure he wasn't selling them for $1. But he was selling them where people were getting deals. He wasn't losing money, but they knew they could go to him for quality items. And I think a lot of times I go to these auctions and I see plush sellers, for example, selling stained, smelly plush with rips in them. And it's it's only $1. And it's but did they even want it for $1? Same thing with mine. I'll run a crappy plush and sometimes it just won't sell. There's a limit to what you can sell on there, and I can get away with more. But if you're new, you really can't get away with selling crap.
You have to be a good reseller to really do Whatnot well. And you also have to be good at social media. But what I mean by being a good reseller is you have to know how to pick. You can't overpay for this stuff. If you have a $40 item, you should, how many times have you got a $40 item for $5 or less? I mean, I do it all the time.
Many times.
Yeah, many times. Now, of course, you could get maybe a little bit more on eBay, but take those $40 items, maybe I start them at 2, but I have a following. You could start them at 10, 15, 20 maybe, to where if somebody bids on it, they could flip it on eBay themselves and make a profit, but you're still making money because you're picking well, and you're selling it right away. Whereas if you wait on eBay, it may never sell. You don't know. So you're exchanging speed of sale for maybe getting the top dollar on stuff. Yeah.
Well, and my friend, he messaged me. He's like, I feel like I'm missing out by not selling on Whatnot. It's an opportunity that I'm not capitalizing on. And I said, well, that is true, but it's also a huge workload. So he's already got too much on his plate. And I basically told him, I said, listen, unless you can dedicate a lot of time to Whatnot, you probably need to just not do it. Because if you can only do one auction a month, Yeah, and you need a
could
way
be
what's going to
making
bring
a
you money
living
fastest.
on Etsy if you want to. If you want to learn Etsy backwards and forwards and get really good at it, it's hard. You could make a living on Etsy. So it's all depending on what you're interested in.
I'm about to help my dad do that. So that's going to be, I maybe even make a video series about it, but like he is a crafter, right? He likes using his lathe and all these other tools to create things out of wood and metal and stuff like that. And on the 10-hour drive home, I was talking all through the ride basically with him of how to like monetize his passion, because he's like retired, but Social Security does not pay much, so he's trying to find alternate sources of income. He's not really into eBay or anything, but I was talking to him about like opening an Etsy shop and really focusing on like custom crafted items, and I think that would be kind of a fun thing to show on the channel, some of his stuff, maybe even have him make some stuff for me that's like merch type stuff, or maybe custom stuff for the viewers. I don't know. I think the whole Etsy thing is fun. It's like you have to have a skill for it, but it's definitely something you can make a ton of money at if you learn it.
Dave, you should have him make you custom stands for your whatnot auctions so that you can put your plush and stuff like that, like different displays in the background.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I was thinking through all types of product ideas, and there's a lot you could do that would be cool. And you could even sell, like I see people selling action figure stands on their action figure whatnot auctions, and they'll sell them for cheap, but like a lot of people buy them because they're just handy to have. Little action figure to hold up one action figure. So that's kind of cool. You get creative.
Kat does at Nurse Slipper. Her husband has a little crafting shop, and then he makes like jewelry holders for her, and then she puts her jewelry up for jewelry auctions. So
really?
You should do something down, yeah.
And I could like make something like to hold all my pictures of Carrie, because every time I buy a card, I get some weird picture of him. I don't know what that's all about, but he just keeps sending me these pictures of himself.
They're Polaroids. I said Polaroids to Dave.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets Polaroids.
Which, honestly, the film is expensive. So I feel like your cost of goods is doubling at least.
No, I'm
with
losing
the Polaroid.
money, but I want to make sure that you have a good, that you receive what you're asking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I appreciate that, and I think that you're doing the right thing now that you've explained it. Larry over on the Patreon said, is there a niche or maybe specific item any of you guys would like to get into selling that you're either not selling now or sell occasionally but would like to find and sell more of it? Examples are shoes, sports memorabilia, adult magazines, games, Tupperware, anything. If this has been covered, please forgive me. What do you think, Rod?
Man.
What's a niche you're not in that you want to be in?
I come across so much glassware, and I wish I knew how to sell. I knew good glassware, but I don't.
That's Florida life, Rod. That's Florida life.
Yes. You know, the retirement homes all the time, man. All the little retirement communities, but also too, then I would end up breaking half of it. So maybe I don't want to go into glassware because I suck storing it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What about you, Carrie?
I think I could get into like I every time I see like a bunch of vintage postcards, stuff like that, which I know is slow selling stuff.
Ephemera type stuff.
I would love to get better at like vintage ephemera. I want to stay, and I've tried to stay as much as possible, with stuff that's under £1 that's easy to ship. Plushes, small action figures, cards, all super easy to ship. I'm not shipping out, a giant rice cooker or something random. I'm trying to keep it simple.
You could have 1,000 of those and would take up no room,
Exactly. I have 6,000 listed cards, and they're on, 2 shelves, not even completely full. So, that's insane if you think about it. If you had 6,000 rice cookers, you would have to have a 4 million square foot, warehouse, right? I'm not good with numbers.
They're coming to steal the rest of this plush.
They want the rest of them.
Like, we need the rest of these plush.
You look pretty, Callie. I like your hair.
And now he's on the podcast, so they can't stop him.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart.
Yeah.
The kids are smart.
They're working them.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what you guys are talking about because my kid was talking to me, but I don't know. What were we even talking about? Oh, the niche, the new niche thing.
What's it?
Yeah,
what's
like
the
your
niche you
odds
want to
thing.
get into, Dave?
I really like that glass idea. I think that would be perfect in Florida. And I actually like glass. I think it's cool, especially hand-blown glass and stuff. So that would be awesome to get into if I was good at it.
So what?
I just need to go like picking with Crazy Lamp Lady for a couple days, and then I can learn it.
So what's like a typical? Because I've been to. I don't think I went to a garage sale when I was in Florida with you, Dave. We did. I don't know. I don't remember if we went. But a typical.
We went
Florida
to like
garage
probably
sale,
40, but yeah, we went to 0.
Yeah. So a typical Florida garage sale. This is my imagination. So tell me if I'm correct. It's glass, right? It's like a half package of diapers, unused, not just like loaded up, but unused diapers.
A
glass eye, and like everywhere in Florida they were selling those little baby alligator faces, like that were just cut off a real alligator, and apparently that's legal. That's what I would imagine 90% of garage sales are.
and golf clubs.
I think, it depends on the town you're in. It changes completely by town. So the town I live in is just a lot of glass, and it's not good glass. It's garbage glass. It's like TJ Maxx glass from 10 years ago, and it's chipped. So,
well, if you're like
I don't do that well.
So yeah, that would be different. Yeah, because Miami would be a lot different than where you guys are, right? Miami would be
just down in Daytona
strobe
Beach,
lights,
you got
drones and stuff.
Yeah,
bikinis.
Yeah, you got. I mean, I don't know. There's all types of stuff. You did come with me, but we didn't find much. And actually, if you come again, yeah, we did an estate sale, and there was that guy yelling at the seller. Remember that? That was pretty funny.
I remember that. That was very.
We hit a couple yard sales too, but I think if you come down again, we'll probably try to go focus on the flea market. I think that you'd have more fun at the flea market.
Oh yeah, we went to that flea market, but they didn't have the cards.
That one wasn't a very good one. I'll take you up to Jacksonville because not only is Jacksonville good, it's also got the Whataburger, which is deliciosity.
I'm coming if you still have.
You're coming.
That's what I'm planning on.
Yeah, you're coming. Well, you're gonna stay with me for a couple days, so it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Whataburger right by the hotel here too, so you get Whataburger here tomorrow. Yeah,
let's do it.
Had it for lunch.
Okay, so my opinion, Whataburger is better than In-N-Out. Comment down below if you disagree.
I have not had
Whataburger,
so I think that has to happen, Rob.
Try it out. So, and you got to try I'll look at their menu. I'll send you what I think you should get. I think it's called the Steak Burger or something. It's really
I thought Whataburger was like a Texas thing. It's in Phoenix too.
It's all over. It's all over.
It's in north of Florida.
There might be one on the Strip.
It's in North Florida. There used to be one in Pasco County, right in Port Richey. I don't know, Rod, if you remember that. I think it closed down.
Maybe.
One thing I'm looking forward to going back east at the end of next month is Buc-ee's, of course. But beyond Buc-ee's is Waffle House. I ate there once in my life.
I love Waffle House.
We were in Memphis, and it was freaking amazing, man.
It's delicious.
It was like
and it's
Denny's,
everywhere.
but good.
Have you been to Wawa?
I haven't.
Start with the Wawa.
No, yeah,
it's not any
listen.
comparison to Buc-ee's.
Oh, just nowhere near Buc-ee's, but Wawa's its own thing. Wawa's great.
It's good. It's good. What do you get at Wawa? What's your Wawa food?
I like the meatball
The pretzels? Oh, okay.
The pretzels, meatball sub.
I just like stuffed pretzels that are pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have to talk to anybody. I go in there, I just hit the touch screen, walk around, get my shopping done, and then as soon as I pay for my items, my sandwich is done. I can just leave.
I'd rather go to
So I'm in Vegas. So every Burger King, the bathroom is locked. You have to ask because all the bathrooms are locked in Vegas. They all have slot machines, and they all sell edibles on the side. So there's like a Whopper, and there's also edibles, but you have to ask for those.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or joking.
No,
or
it's
if this
100%
is real.
true. I don't do that, but I've heard about it.
Burger King
I have no
sells.
idea.
Okay.
I'm making stuff
So-
up. I'm spitballing.
Jay Thrifty sent a message on Patreon. I have been reselling for around a year now, and I've been doing very well. Friends and family are now realizing that they have items of value because of me. I've been asked multiple times now to sell their items and split the money with them because they don't want to sell them themselves. Typically, I do not like the whole splitting money thing, and I have offered just to buy the item from them for a lower price, so my inventory is 100% mine. How do you guys respond to a situation like this? Sorry for the long question.
Dude, I've done that, and it's the worst. So, because you sit on an
100%.
item that sits in your store for 6 months or something like that, you're better off just buying it outright. Tell them, say, hey, you know what? I can sell it for you. This is what it's sell for. I'll give you X amount of dollars. You get the money now. You don't have to deal with it. But
Yeah. What do you
I
think,
won't do
Gary?
it anymore.
With eBay, I don't do it. With Whatnot, I do it a little bit now. I don't really want to, though, but I keep getting like incessant, especially with cards. I have some local card people who will just give me like a box of cards and just say, throw it through Whatnot. But I'd only do it because it's Whatnot and they understand what I do and they don't care what it goes for. But I really don't even 100% want to do that. It's just, it allows me to put more stuff through quickly because I can get more supply, without an overhead.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I'd stay away from
I mean,
it 9
so
times out of
I
10,
agree
though.
with Rod. I hate doing it. I had this guy at work that really wanted me to do it, and he wanted me to take his records and sell them, and I tried so hard. I was like, let me buy him. I'll give you good money for him. I really just don't want to split the money and figure all that out later, and I'm just so busy. I said I probably won't even get to list them for like a year, and he's like, oh, it's fine. I'm not in a rush. Just take them, and, they're sitting in my inventory, right? And this was back when Hazel, my cat, used to live out in my garage with me. And I look over, and she's scratching the top of his records. They're all in these boxes. And I go over there, and it looks like for about a month she's been using his records as a scratching post, which are still completely his. And I never gave him any money for them, and I'm supposed to split the money for them. And she has now scratched the crap out of them. And so I message him, and I'm like, man, my cat totally jacked up your records. Let me just pay you for them. I don't even think I'd get this much. And I sent him an offer, and he's like, no, I don't think it'll affect the value. I still think you can sell them for more. Don't send me anything, just let me know. And I mean, dude, there's no way I can sell them for more. It's now been 2 more years and I still haven't sold them. They're still sitting over here because I know I'm not going to get what he expects. I mean, I don't know. I don't recommend it at all. I think it's a terrible idea. Maybe if you have a contract written up, but I still think it's super risky because now that inventory is your responsibility. And if something goes wrong, how much are you supposed to pay them? The market value on what given day? Like, I don't know. I think it's a bad call.
So back in the day when eBay first started, like I started selling eBay in 1999, but there used to be shops all around that you could actually take your items to, and they would list it on eBay and sell them, but they all went on the wayside just for that reason.
Yeah. Well, that was what was that,
40,
Knocked Up? No, 40-year-old virgin.
I've seen that.
Yeah, 40 virgin. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that and that. So, yeah, I don't recommend it, Jay Thrifty. I would avoid it. I would teach them how to use eBay and let them sell it themselves if they don't want to sell it to you. Or send them a link to...
I'm 39, so I got 1 more year, then I'm there.
I saw someone on TikTok talking about how remotes are like the most valuable thing that people don't know about, and they can resell them for a ton, and I'm just like, yeah, you can, but most of them are worth nothing. So I thought that was a little misleading, and I don't know why I thought of that, but I just thought of that randomly. Probably because I found a $60 remote this weekend.
Was his name Rockstar Flipper? Because that's what he was wholesaling remotes.
Listen, remotes are good. Like I said, the vast majority of them that you find are worth like nothing. Yeah. Is Carrie frozen? Is that why he's so happy right now? He looks like such a giddy little fella. Yeah, I just feel like he's in his head singing a song from Dear Evan Hansen. I don't know why. I just kind of get that feeling. Like that one about friends and how he wants some. Oh. Someone left a very negative feedback on our podcast, Rod, about how we're super mean and we're bullies. Et cetera, et cetera. And so, yeah, that made me feel a little sad. But then I said, you know what? It's okay. Tina got me this sign, which maybe you can see the little yellow sign behind me, Rod. It says on it, warning, my sense of humor might hurt your feelings. I think that's the perfect sign for me.
That's the perfect sign for you, so.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't get it. See, I find you funny. A lot of other people sometimes don't find you funny.
Yeah, they find me offensive.
Yeah, which I don't find you offensive at all. You're just making jokes along the way, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. Oh, here's Care Bear. Here he is.
No,
hey, buddy.
Back.
I don't know what happened. It started. I felt like I was at Kevin's house. That was weird.
You actually are at his house. He's out of town. Every time Kevin leaves, Carrie sneaks into his house. That's a real thing.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of different time and space portals that I know about.
Yes. Okay, so Carrie, we're going to talk about running for the King's question over on the Patreon. He said, What about a question about keeping cool? What is the ideal temperature you like to keep your eBay shed or eBay area?
That's so nerdy. That's so unbelievably nerdy. Who cares? Sorry, is that aggressive?
The funny thing is, when he was frozen, you just talked about being bullies, and now he's like,
we were just saying how we're going to try not to be mean anymore, Carrie.
Yeah. I watched one of his videos this week, so I can be honest. And it was like 15 minutes of my time, and it was good. So let me preface with that.
Which video? What was the title of the video? Because I think you're lying. What was the title of the video?
No, I did watch one of his videos. I think I watched the whole thing, and it was average. But anyway.
What was it about?
It was about, like, the stuff he was selling.
Oh, give me one example. I don't believe you. I'm calling you out. You're lying. What video did you watch,
He shaves his head. His name's Running for the King. Craig.
Okay.
Craig.
Okay.
Right?
And what did
Craig?
Was it the one 6 days ago? My eBay sales were dead. Then I listed a ton.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember the name of it, but I did.
Such a liar.
I did really watch an episode. I watched an episode. No, but what I'm saying is, like, why are people worried about this? What do you have? Are you selling milk?
Hey, you know what? I am selling milk. I'm exclusively selling milk now, and I like to keep it at a balmy 31
I mean, like,
degrees.
if it's not 100 degrees, then I guess maybe because it can get that hot in some places. But Dave's putting his stuff in like a freaking, what is that thing that you have? The giant, what is that called?
Shipping container.
Shipping container.
Yo, do you have Chris Flip the World's phone number?
In there, and you're never gonna go get it.
Do you have Chris Flip the World's phone number?
There. What?
Do you have Flip the World's phone number?
Why? I don't know. No.
I want it.
Okay.
I want to tell all our viewers his phone number. Yeah, like text me.
I don't know
you
it,
have
dude.
It?
No.
Useless. You give me nothing. I was trying to get him to come on the show and talk about his arrest, but I guess he is going to miss this opportunity. Whatever. What a jerk. Okay, so 73 degrees. 73 degrees. What about you, Rod?
I have a storage unit, and I use my house, so probably 73 degrees.
See, Carrie, I'm never supportive of making fun of anyone, especially the viewers.
I wasn't
I would
making
never
fun.
do
I
such a
didn't mean
thing.
it like that. What I meant was it's an absurd. Like I just don't know why. What I mean to say, and I'm highlighting in myself that I just don't think about that stuff. Maybe I'm the problem. It's me.
You're the problem. It's you. I think you're triggered. I think you're triggered by this question. I just don't know why. Like, I think there's a past trauma, some sort of past trauma related to this, and I'm not really sure what exactly is causing this anger.
First off,
His box of crayons melted.
Ghosts,
Now he's all upset.
ghosts are real. Ghosts are 100% real.
Oh,
Anybody
let's
who
not go there.
questions that, ghosts are real, dude.
Listen, I think that, you're allowed to think whatever you want in regards to ghosts. I'll allow any opinion on ghosts. How about that? Joy Campbell said this: which is the most rewarding, money made on YouTube or money made on reselling? That's an interesting question. Carrie, any opinion? Carrie doesn't make money on either, so it's really hard for him to answer this one.
Really struggling. No, I'd say YouTube or online. I think that, or like through content. I think that's more interesting to me because it's newer. I've been able to make money online flipping stuff since the first day. Like it wasn't very much, but
Okay.
Yeah,
And what about you, Rod?
Definitely YouTube, because it's more rewarding, because you have to work so much harder at that than you do at reselling. Because reselling, it just comes secondhand to most of us. You can just put something online, sell it for cheap, and then people buy it. But you actually have to be entertaining, get people to watch your videos, and then you have to build an audience. So, yeah, definitely YouTube.
But so I totally disagree on this. I don't know why, though. I'm trying to quantify why I have a different opinion of this. Like, for me, with eBay, there's just such a satisfaction hearing that cha-ching. Like, oh, I went out, I found that, I listed it, I sold it. Like, there's so much satisfaction for me in that.
see,
Like,
I'm so
YouTube,
opposite of that.
I think YouTube, for me, you know what it is? Honestly, I've been monetized on YouTube since 2012. And so I've always, and it's not been a lot of money, but I've been making money on YouTube for 12 years. So it's not as novel, maybe, to me. Whereas, like, eBay, every time I sell something, there's that reminder of, ooh, I remember when I bought this a couple months ago. I remember, some jerk commented negatively on my YouTube video about it, and I sold him and proved him wrong. Like, I get to show that sale on YouTube. So, I don't know. For me, I think it's more satisfying to sell on eBay than to get the YouTube money. That's for me.
For me, it's always I always get that from the finding the item. I actually half the time don't even realize what I've sold because I don't handle the shipping anymore. So I'm not even checking all the time what I've actually even sold. I already know when I buy, because I'm so good at it, that it's going to be worth this much money and it's going to sell eventually. So it's already done. So I get all that high of making the money before I've actually made it. And that might be
the money's made on the buy, not the sell.
It's the truth. Yeah.
So
Really
if you buy it cheap enough, you can sell it. You have no problem selling it.
But
so
I'm totally a completionist, Rod. Like, I love to finish a project, and so for me, like, the sale, that's the finish, right? And it's like, oh, we've climaxed, guys. The sale has happened, and that's when I get excited at the climax. Take that out of context if you want.
Clip that. Someone clip that for me. Put that up. Just put that on loop.
Yeah.
In a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye, it's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rod and Carrie are all about YouTube. They're fake resellers. It makes sense because they're at the List Perfectly event, so they're just fully fake resellers.
Dave, to be fair, you didn't get invited, so.
That's fair. That's because I won't promote them for free. They can send me a bunch of money and I might come. Long pause that Carrie doesn't fill. Me and Rod are clearly both taking a sip of water, and Carrie's just like, let's just let this silence hang in the air. I got nothing to say.
Sometimes you gotta say something incredibly stupid and then just let it sit in the air so that people can recognize it. And I was letting the viewers know that what Dave said was both cruel, mean, and uncalled for.
So
wait, what did I even say? I don't even know what I said.
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
He's just making stuff up as always.
Okay.
But listen, you guys are almost at 100. Yeah, you guys are almost at 100 episodes. This is a trash to cash
podcast, okay? This isn't the Nurse Flipper. I don't have to act like I know how to resell for 2 hours.
Very true.
Ooh,
how long is that? That live's like 4 hours, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours.
Long show. We're almost at what, Rod? You were gonna say something about 100 or something?
Yeah, I said you guys are almost at about 100 episodes. Like any good, successful sitcom, when you guys hit about 100 episodes, they get spin-offs. Yeah, no, they get spin-offs. Like people in the show, like Cheers had Frasier, like Friends or Joey had his own show.
Be, though?
What would I don't know. we'll call you Dollar Donnie. Dollar Bill Donnie. We'll dress you up in like a flamboyant pimp suit, and you just walk around Vegas with a pocket full of ones, and you walk into card shops and just pimp slap people out of your dollar bins. It could work.
That's the thing. I am usually walking around Vegas with dollar bills, but that's usually later in the evening, and then I go to certain establishments, which may or may not be Ellis Island, for their great deals on steaks. Ellis Island, guys. I wish they would sponsor us. That would be amazing.
So what would Dave's spinoff be?
Gosh, like something.
Oh, I got it. So what about we send you to jail, and then you teach crackheads and people who've made crack and meth how to cook, since you have a cooking channel, and we'll call it Cooking Crack is Whack, and we'll give you a little teardrop in your eye, and then you can try to rehabilitate inmates in jail and teach them how to cook.
Crack pipes? Can I use Murano crack pipes?
Yeah.
Is that
as cooking? There we go. There you go.
Finton.
That could be your spinoff.
Cooking across America, yeah. Okay, so Nick said, Nick, we've already kind of covered what Nick said, but Sasquatch Picker said, while hitting the sales in a community, do you guys ever park in front of the driveway of the sale? I do. I figure it's not in use, but I never block the mailbox. There's another question that's kind of random and not important. Carrie, what do you think?
No, because that's weird. There.
You don't park in front of the driveway? You don't drive. Where does Dawn park?
First off, the thing that annoys me the most about Dawn, among many things, to be fair, is like when she's dropping me off, like she's like, go in and get some stuff in Walmart. She won't drop me off in front of Walmart. She goes and parks on the far side of the parking lot, and then she just makes me walk.
She's embarrassed of you, of course, obviously.
That might be
Or she's
it.
trying to force you to exercise. She's like, Carrie really needs to take some exercise. That might be it too,
but yeah, so Dawn will park far away from whatever yard sale we're going to. That much I know.
Or,
so, yes.
oh, you know what? It could be like a combat technique. She's trying to get you to work up your musk aroma so that other resellers leave the sale early. They're just like, Carrie's sweating. I'm out of here.
Do you know my biggest pet peeve at yard sales, though? When people park on this, when they go to park and they park halfway in the street and halfway on the side, and the cars can't get around because it's like a tight road. That's the worst.
I hate those small roads where,
My biggest pet peeve at this point is when there's not a Karen there to make my video better. If I go there and there's not somebody that's going to get mad at me or cause an issue or like fist fight or something, I'm pissed because then I don't even have to find anything at that point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still haven't watched your video, but maybe one day I will. Was it good? Apparently there was a podcast with Blue Ridge Mama on it too, and people were asking questions about that, but Kevin's not here, so we can't really do much about that. Did you watch it, Carrie?
I watched most of it, yeah.
Okay.
She asked a lot of questions. There was questions about Trash to Cash, getting the real dirt on Kevin. There's a lot of backstory on Kevin that I didn't know about. You guys go check it out.
Such as?
About he was a creeper that went to the
yes,
I guess he was going on a date with her, and then he like stalked her in the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. He knew where she worked, and so he had to check to see what she looked like before their blind date, which kind of runs against the fact of isn't there supposed to be good faith in a blind date, that you're supposed to not know what each other look like, and you're supposed to have a real connection and try to get to know each other? Isn't that the point?
Yes, I think so, but I don't know.
So Kevin pulled a classic Kevin move.
I'm checking out the comments over on the video because Kevin's not here to do that. I don't know. Rod, did he tell you to promote anything, by the way? Usually he'll tell us to promote something, but he didn't message you and tell you to talk about Supply Hut, coupon code Commonwealth.
No, I don't think we can even say that name anymore, can we?
My code still works, guys. 5% off.
I don't know if you can see this.
NC Picker, I think it is. Yeah.
He sent me a text message. It says, "Don't forget to tell Dave he sucks in the podcast tonight, and you wish he was more like the Commonwealth Picker."
Oh, okay.
There's the text.
That's fair.
See, there we go, guys.
That's fair.
The real Kevin Commonwealth Picker. You think that we just pick on Kevin for no reason? He bullies us 6 days a week. And then we know the one place where we can actually kind of let him have it is the podcast. And you better believe the second the camera goes off, he is full voice yelling at us. Full voice.
Well, he also
not his
is
country,
like,
not his fake country accent, but real California accent, like Spicoli from Fast Times. That's what he really sounds like if you actually talk to him with his real voice.
Who's Spicoli? Like, I don't think Kevin's here, so he's not getting these references.
Kevin's gonna know who Spicoli is. That's his era. Look up Spicoli.
Can you tell?
Okay?
Can you tell? You can't tell us.
It's our time. It's our time. Okay, this is our time. You should know who Spicoli is.
Wait, our time. So it's from Sandlot. Our time down here.
What?
Our time.
Sandlot?
Wait, is that Sandlot? No, that's Goonies.
No.
That's Goonies, right? Where he's like down below and he's like, it's our time down here, our time. It's their time up there. You guys don't know this reference? Oh my gosh.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High is basically Hamlet. Okay, it's a modern retelling of Shakespeare. Anyway.
I've never seen it. But
Never seen it? You're such a movie guy. I thought you definitely would have saw that.
Yeah, that's like a
I
classic
have
80s
this
movie.
I have a blind spot for movies. Rated R.
That's a good one.
Human Centipede.
Yes.
Human Centipede. Okay.
There's a sequel to that and a third, I think, too.
Dude, I was on TikTok somehow, and I got into like this horror TikTok like thing, and there's a movie called Tusk. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's creepy as hell, dude.
No, it's
They
normal.
turn into
It's normal. That's just the way it works. Okay, so I went and saw 3 movies this week, Carrie. 3 movies. I saw The Flash. I saw that other one, the Transformers. There's now Animal Transformers. Okay.
Yeah.
And I also saw. Yeah, it's from the 90s. And I also saw this really weird premise one about Katniss Everdeen trying to hook up with a teenager, and she's like 35.
I saw that one too.
That was a
No
weird
hard
premise.
feelings. Yeah. I saw that one.
And I think they did an okay job of making it not creepy and weird, but who even thought of the idea of this movie? It's kind of creepy and weird. Rad, have you heard of this one?
About it.
No. Mrs.
Basically,
Robinson?
like, her parents pay her, or no, this 19-year-old kid's parents pay her to try to seduce their son. And she's like 32 or 35. And that's like the whole premise of this movie. It seemed really weird. I don't think it would have gone over.
And Matthew Broderick's in it, and there felt like there was a couple of Ferris Bueller parallels in there, especially with the car, the destruction, without giving it away. But I gave it away.
Yeah, okay.
That's weird.
Well,
it was like a B. It was okay. It was kind of funny.
Okay. I mean, I liked the beach fight scene.
It wasn't
That was
Step
pretty
Brothers, and I
humorous.
judge everything to Step Brothers and Talladega Nights, and it was neither of those.
You know what's weird is I never really got into Step Brothers. I never thought it was
What is
that
wrong
funny.
with
Is
you?
that? I don't.
I think the more you watch it, the funnier it is.
Maybe I need to
that
watch.
is the
I only
truth.
watched it once. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to watch it
Have you
again
heard my
tonight.
Step Brothers story, Dave?
No.
The first time I saw
hear it.
Step Brothers, great decision. How old was I? 24? I was like, hey, Mom, let's go to a movie. So
Okay.
me and my mother went to go see
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
She's a sweetheart.
And we started watching it, and it was so uncomfortable to watch with my mother. So
Okay.
I felt so, we walked out of Step Brothers because my mom, of course, hated it. But then I somehow found out about it, that it was good through the grapevine, and I watched it a lot afterwards, like years later.
What? You mean your mom didn't like when he put his twigs and berries on his drum set?
Yeah, I think that was the moment we decided to leave. I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. This is one to go see with the bros and my buddies, not to go see with my mom. It's not a it's not a heartwarming.
Why would you
movie.
take your mom to see that Will Ferrell
don't
movie to start
know.
off with?
Me and my mom used to go to movies all the time. We're buddies, but that was not the
Well,
right choice.
Okay, so this is what I want to say though about The Flash. The Flash is awesome if you love 90s Batman. Like, if you love... I mean, the rest of the movie kind of sucks, and there's another multiverse again. Like, do we really need more multiverses, guys? But apparently there's a multiverse in DC now. Carrie, were you a fan of Keaton in the old Batmans? Because he's back, and he's, like, straight up the old Batman. And, even if you say
Not
you're not, when you
particularly,
go
no.
watch this, you're going to be like, holy crap, he was the best Batman. Because
My
Rod,
Batman-
you get it, right?
My
he's
Batman
great.
is
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
Christian
He's
Bale.
amazing.
Always Christian
Bale
and then
Batman
Robert
movies
Pattinson.
suck. They suck so bad. I hate
No, you
freaking
get out of
Christian
here,
Bale
dude.
Batman.
The Christian
He's
Bale
terrible.
Batman suck. What is wrong with you?
No.
Do you have
Dude,
zero
you're just being a
taste and zero
trendy. No,
thought?
you're
Do you
just
think before
being
you
a
talk?
trendy sheep. You're being a trendy
How am I being
sheep.
a trendy sheep if I like a movie
because
it's
Christian
good?
Bale sucks, and
Christian,
you
I love
suck
Christian
too.
Bale. Newsies.
just-
Newsies is one of my
you
favorite
just
movies
triggered-
ever. He's the lead in
You
Newsies.
triggered Dave. Dave's triggered now. Way to go, Gary.
know.
I'm triggered.
ready to
80s,
go.
80s and 90s Batman is the goat.
Dude, you're the only person who thinks that.
That comment
the
down
be-
below, guys.
There's more
the better
people who
Joker?
like Ben Affleck Batman than like Michael Keaton. No, I'm just kidding. Michael
Dude,
Keaton.
Ben
I get.
Affleck Batman sucks.
All right,
I know.
Ben Affleck,
Nobody
though,
likes
is a
him.
good...
I'm saying I think most people like Christian Bale and then maybe Michael Keaton after.
Dude, you're totally wrong. Our audience is going to vote Keaton. Down
Yeah, but
below.
how's
Yeah.
all Kevin's audience and they're 90 years old?
Dude, you okay, so first of all, why is
Well, that's
Batman
the
gotta
case
be
in-
all depressing and horrible like he is in the Bale movies? And why is he gonna talk like this? I'm Batman.
That's how Batman
It's
talks. Did you not read
ridiculous.
the
No,
comic
it's
books?
not. You can't hear his voice in the comic books, Carrie. They're written words.
Maybe if you had an imagination, Dave.
Okay, and listen, I
can't read,
Keaton
and
Batman,
I was able to know what his voice sounded like.
The Keaton Batman is so awesome with his little gadgets. He's like Inspector Gadget Batman. And he's so cool. He's like flying down with his little wings.
You're a giant child.
I did watch Inspector Gadget, and Claw is the bomb. And you wish you could be like Claw.
Dude, you have.
I'm really upset about this.
Objectively
For someone who likes
terrible
Mighty
opinions.
Ducks, how can you think the Bale Batman is better than the Keaton Batman?
Dude, the Mighty Ducks are a different thing. They're sports movies.
Dude.
It's a different genre, okay? They're supposed to. We are the champions, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting to the end. Do you not get it?
No, you know what? Rod, you need to weigh in. You got to break the tie here.
It's Keaton all day long, man.
Keaton all day long. Get out of here, Carrie.
What the heck is wrong with you guys?
Now, I have to say, though, if you said that this is all... If Kevin's audience is going to be doing this, it's going to be Adam West all in the comments. Adam West.
No,
West.
they're going to say Clooney. They're going to say Clooney.
Yeah.
Clooney, who was actually the worst
Batman. George Clooney himself.
What's your opinion on Jack Nicholson as a Joker?
He was awesome.
I thought he was awesome.
I loved him. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I loved him. And Two-Face was awesome, too, in those movies.
Yeah.
About Michael Keaton Batman, I don't really remember having any opinion on it. Because I saw it and I didn't remember it much.
Carrie, go watch The Flash. I will reimburse you for your ticket if you don't, at the end of that movie, realize that he's the best Batman.
When I'm out over there, let's go. Let's find the dollar movie theater.
It's not going to be out. Just go see this movie, and then next week you're going to tell me, Dave, you're right. Keaton's the best Batman. That's what you're going to say after watching The Flash.
I don't know.
Because it's going to bring back so much nostalgia. Was Pattinson really a Batman? When was he a Batman?
I liked him. He was like,
when was
he
this
blew the
happen?
heck out of the guy, and he's like, I am revenge. And I'm like, that's
was
me.
horrible.
That's me. I could beat people up at the drop of a dime.
But he was the emo Batman.
That newest Batman movie was probably the worst Batman. So you're right. Bale's not the worst. Pattinson's the worst.
You've heard my music before. You've actually listened to songs I've wrote. I am emo Batman.
Oh, I don't know this. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, let me tell you guys something. We have a Patreon. Okay, and in that Patreon, you get to be in the Discord and find out things before they happen, and every now and then you'll even get invited to come on a Trash to Cash podcast. We actually extended an invite tonight to our Trash to Cashers.
Oh, we did?
And no one wanted to join. I actually invited them, and no one said yes. So I just thought that was really interesting. I think they must know Kevin's not here. That's my only theory. Is that they're just like, without Kevin,
they realize that it's a trap. It's a trap.
I'm gonna ask right now. Okay, hold on. Keaton or what's the other guy's name? Bale.
Christian Bale.
Batman.
And you're gonna somehow ask the question in a way that's geared more towards Keaton.
Dude, I literally wrote Keaton or Bale ? Batman. Which is better? That's all I wrote was Keaton or Bale, and we're gonna take whatever they say is gonna be true unless they say Bale, and then it'll be false. That makes sense.
Christian Bale, he was scared of bats and stuff, and then he lived in a cave. I forgot the story, and then he got over his fear of bats. Dave, that's
that movie sucks so bad. Hey, I got my cholesterol check, Carrie, and guess what? I have good cholesterol now. Yeah,
dude.
They said it's perfect now.
But the real question is, how's your prostate?
The prostate was fine. No hernia. They touched every part of me, and I'm healthy. They tested me for everything. No issues found. It's basically a full-on physical, blood work. Whole panel. It doesn't explain all these crazy symptoms I'm having, Carrie, since we snuggled, but, you know, I'm healthy. I don't know what it is. Hey, we've got one vote from Mo87, Keaton. We've got a vote from Grams and Pop Vintage, Keaton. Beach by Repeat just said Affleck, which she's automatically disqualified. Still no Bales, though. Still no Bales, Carrie.
Well,
I will say, these are the people... Affleck made a great Bruce Wayne, though. He was good Bruce Wayne.
You gotta understand, the people who are gonna answer Bale. First off, this is what time is it? It's like between 8 p.m.
11 p.m.
and 11. So all the cool people are not on their phone right now. They're out on the city. They're out having drinks. They're out at clubs. They're not paying attention to Discord like a bunch of nerds right now.
Dude, you know what? You just literally described uncool people to me. So I don't know. We're coming from a different place. The ones at the clubs at 11 on a Sunday.
I'm going after this. I'm going to the strip, and I'm going to have a sarsaparilla.
Beach by Amy Repeat retracted her Affleck. Okay, she said, just kidding. An Affleck retraction has happened. Yeah, what's your real answer? I'm going to ask her. Real answer, Amy. Okay, we're just live. ABC Matt says Keaton. Dude, you're such in the minority here. Nobody's gonna pick Bale. He is not as good as Keaton. It is just a fact. It is a fact of life.
Keaton's
It's because the
best.
movie just came out and they're trying to be too cool for school here. I don't trust it.
Dude, Beach
It's an
by Amy said
unscientific-
Keaton. She said Keaton Obvi, which is like a cool way to say obviously that I'm not even cool enough to say. She said Keaton Obvi. Yeah, Carrie's like loading up the Discord so he can write Bale. That's what he's doing.
He's
right
jumping
now.
on there. He's logging all his fake accounts right now to get on there. He's like, he's gonna say Bale, 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 Bale.
Yeah, yeah. American Arbitrage is typing in the Discord. I see you, Carrie. I see you. Carrie wrote Bale Obvi. You guys could be part of this action if you join our Patreon.
Yeah. How,
Okay, so Keaton is the best, and Carrie needs to just own it. Carrie, go rewatch those movies, okay? You'll see. You'll see. Except maybe the one with Catwoman. Which one was that? Sorry, now we're just watching funny memes in the Discord at this point. Okay, we've got to like finish the show with a little more talk about this List Perfectly event. Rod, you were speaking or no?
I'm speaking, yeah.
Okay, and what are you on like a panel? Like, what's the deal?
I'm on a panel, and then
Are
I'm
we on
doing
a
my
panel
actually. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm doing my TED talk on high-end graded collectibles. So I'll be talking about like VHS, cassette tapes, comic books, sports cards, video games, toys, about how to grade them, why you grade them, and how you can actually increase your bottom line by, if you don't grade items, at least know what the keywords to put in your titles.
Cool. I didn't listen, but I hope the audience enjoyed what you said.
like, I'm not even sure what I'm talking about, to be completely honest. I'll figure it out, though.
Okay, so you're just gonna wing it.
Dude,
Sounds like a really good event. How much do people have to pay to come to this crap show?
And it's gonna be good.
How much do they have to pay to come to this?
In person, it's $25.
What?
But includes all your food, all your drinks, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drinks too. And then
What
if you
about
want to
dinner?
Who?
What about dinner and brunch? Are you getting dinner and
yes.
brunch, or that's not?
I guess
included?
I think that's included. And then they're also doing if you want to do it online tickets, I think they're $85, and then you have up to like a year to watch it online if you want to watch it. So
I just said to everybody, on the Discord, I said, you're all terrible and I'm disappointed.
And he
No,
finally
you can't
reached
get the
level 6
disappointed
on
line.
the Discord.
I
Yeah,
am
I'm
at level
disappointed
6
in you.
now.
That is
You
like
get-
the most effective punishment to my kids, is saying I'm disappointed in you. Like, nothing hurts them more than saying that. I can't even say it anymore. They're like damaged.
You say
for a
that to
week.
me all the time. Which
That's because
I'm
you're
not mad.
constantly disappointing me. Maybe
You've
you know
never
what
once
was
said,
Bale
"I'm
just like a
pointed
super
in you,"
lazy
though.
Batman,
It's
and you
always
just kind of
disappointed.
associate with him. Carrie, I forgive you as you said it because we love you, but man, you say some dumb beep. Wow, they're really going off on Carrie. They're upset with him in the Discord because he likes Bale, who is literally the worst Batman.
Not
And the worst
only,
part-
not only are they against, like, they're for Keaton, but they're actively against Bale. What happened? Did I miss something?
Dude, the movie sucked. They were depressing, and they just made everyone sad. And no
Well,
one looks back on them
Maybe not
fondly.
every movie needs to be Barbie. Maybe some movies need to make you think and feel.
I didn't feel anything except for annoyance by watching those movies.
Dude, you're annoyed by everything.
Listen, this has been a really
You
good
just make a
show.
good point.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Me and Carrie have some real fighting to work out here, so we're going to let this thing